Boom, baby. Welcome to the Boom Show. We're talking Khamzat Chimaev. He posted out a tweet, actually. I think it was today or maybe yesterday. He's going to 185, right? His last fight, we saw that he, didn't make weight at 170. He came in 8 pounds heavier. His coaches were concerned about his health. The doctors came in and checked on him, and they stopped the weight cut and everything. The UFC is usually very informative and especially for a big star like Hamzat, they're in touch with his team and they're probably advising, hey, like maybe this is the best move. What do you guys think? And of course, a guy like Hamzat, he can move up to 185, and he has those storylines there where you had that situation with Paulo Costa. They almost got into a fight at the PI. And then you have Izzy, waiting in the wings as the champion. That's a fight that, I think favors Hamzat stylistically. Who knows if the UFC would even ever make that fight with Izzy, because I just think stylistically that's a nightmare. But you never know. But I think this is a good move by Hamzat. I think this is smart. He's a big guy for the weight class. He says I think he gets up into the 200s, maybe the high 190s. He could easily, make 185 and fight with a good amount of size there. It's not like he's a small 185er. He has the height and reach, and he has the style, to beat anybody with that heavy wrestling pressure. He doesn't hesitate. He gets right in there, gets right after it, gets a hold of you, and just smashes you. So I think this is a smart move by him, especially if he's having trouble with these weight cuts. That's only going to hinder him trying to get down to 170 and do things there. I know, all these guys now, they want to go get a title at one weight class, bounce up to the next weight class, try to chase that title there, which isn't really much of a chase, because once you do it at the weight class below, they just kind of put you right into that title fight at the next weight class, especially if you're a star. Hamzat's got a big following. He's got a mystique about him. And honestly, the best move that he could have made in that last scenario was to become the biggest heel in the company, Who didn't love Stone Cold Steve Austin when he went heel completely against Vince McMahon and made that storyline of, boss and coworker, employee that turned all the way against the company and against the boss, and made a big storyline of how, he's going to tear up the boss whenever he gets the chance, and he's not going to be friends with that guy, and he does what he wants, and that's kind of what Hamzat took on in that last fight. After the fans kind of went against him, he embraced it. He yelled on the mic, this is Chechnya, motherfuckers. Like, if I'm him, I just keep going full blast heel. Even if you tell the higher ups, hey, listen, you know what the deal is. Like, this is what I'm doing here. Whatever. They know the deal. They know it's not personal, and they feed off of that. This is business. If you're bringing in eyeballs and you're bringing big business to the company, they don't care if you're mean or if you say the wrong things or if you act a fool on the mic. Like, that's what this is about. Like, you'd think Vince McMahon was trying to fire Stone Cold Steve Austin after he Stone Cold stunned him, gave him the finger, and poured fucking beer all over the place. No, he's like, this is beautiful theater, and we want to keep this going because people want to see this storyline continue, and they're curious what's gonna happen. So, boomachino, baby. Jam. Yeah, so that's how I see it with Hamzat. And I think if I'm him, I keep going with this, keep going against the fans. Here's the thing: people want the fans to love him genuinely, But when they hate you, and some love you, which he has a lot of fans, they all want to see you. Half of them want to see you get your ass kicked, and they want to see the undefeated and the crazy thing, end. And then the other half are like, oh, we want to see Hamzat keep dominating and become champion and beat Israel and whatever. So all eyes on him. He's doing the right things right now. I know that, when it comes to being professional, no one wants to see you miss weight by 8 pounds. It's not a good thing as a respect to the sport, the respect to your opponents and the company and the other fighters. But when it comes to entertainment, he's top notch right now. People want to see him fight. They want to see him either win or lose, and they want to see what the storyline, unfolds like. And being that altercation happened with Paulo Costa, what better fight to make now than Khamzat versus Paulo Costa? I think that's a crazy fight right there. Paulo Costa is a strong guy, big for the weight class. He has a black belt in jiu-jitsu, crazy hard hands, good kickboxing. That would be an interesting fight to see. Although I think Khamzat would take him down, and we could talk about that when the time comes. But yeah, Look out for what's next. Boom, baby.